Rick Lagina, one of the most recognizable faces of the Curse of Oak Island, has always been the driving force behind the legendary treasure hunt. For more than a decade, he has poured his heart, energy, and resources into uncovering the secrets of Oak Island. But recently, something unexpected has happened, something that has left fans around the world concerned. Rick has stepped back from the show, and his absence has left a noticeable void. His decision was not sudden or casual. It was the result of years of struggle, disappointment, and relentless searching that took a toll on his mental, emotional, and financial well-being. Fans are left asking themselves, will Rick ever return? What exactly happened? And what does this mean for the future of the treasure hunt that has captured imaginations for generations? Rick Lagina's journey with Oak Island began long before cameras ever captured his adventures. Born on January 25, 1952, in Kingsford, Michigan, Rick grew up in a family that valued hard work, learning, and curiosity. Alongside his brothers Marty and Medina, he spent his early years exploring the woods and learning about history. His fascination with mysteries and treasures was ignited at just 11 years old when he read a 1965 Reader's Digest article about Oak Island. The article spoke of the money pit, rumored treasures, and unsolved mysteries that had baffled explorers for centuries. This was the moment that lit a spark in young Rick, a spark that would guide him for the rest of his life. Before fully committing to treasure hunting, Rick lived a quiet, disciplined life as a postal worker. He worked diligently, focused on his responsibilities, and laid a foundation of persistence and patience that would later serve him well on Oak Island. Retirement, however, gave Rick the freedom to chase the dream that had been with him since childhood. In 2005, when he and Marty saw that Oak Island was up for sale, they did not hesitate. Investing heavily, they acquired a majority stake in Oak Island Tours Incorporated, setting the stage for what would become one of the most famous treasure hunts in history. By 2006, Rick and Marty had launched their first large-scale exploration of Oak Island, diving headfirst into decades of history, legend, and speculation. Over the years, their work began to attract attention. Artifacts were found, tunnels were explored, and history slowly began to reveal itself. And in 2014, the world got to follow Rick's journey on the Curse of Oak Island, a television series that chronicled their attempts to uncover the elusive treasure. For fans, Rick became more than a host or cast member. He was the heartbeat of the entire search, a symbol of dedication, hope, and relentless curiosity. But despite the fame and the discoveries, the journey was never easy. The search for treasure on Oak Island is incredibly challenging, physically demanding, and financially draining. Every dig requires expensive equipment, skilled labor, and expert analysis. The costs are immense, and for all the effort and money invested, the treasure remained out of reach. Over the years, the weight of repeated failures and endless disappointment began to press heavily on Rick. The dream that had driven him since childhood was becoming increasingly difficult to sustain. Season after season, Rick and his team uncovered clues, sometimes compelling, sometimes frustratingly ambiguous, but the main prize always eluded them. Ancient maps, worn documents, mysterious artifacts, and even hidden tunnels revealed pieces of history, yet the life-changing treasure remained hidden. For Rick, this was not just a financial challenge, it was an emotional and mental battle. His optimism, once unshakable, began to waver. The frustration of repeated near misses, combined with criticism from skeptics and longtime viewers, started to weigh on him. Even the support of his brother Marty, who remains committed to the search, could not entirely alleviate the sense of exhaustion Rick felt. Sources close to the production reveal that Rick began struggling with depression, a result of years spent investing heart, soul, and millions of dollars into a quest that never seemed to produce the breakthrough he hoped for. He started questioning whether the treasure was ever truly there or if the decades of searching had been in vain. The weight of responsibility to the fans, the team, and the island itself became overwhelming. For the first time in his life,
Rick seriously considered stepping away from the search. Despite all this, Rick's love for Oak Island has never disappeared. He remains deeply connected to the land, the history, and the mysteries buried beneath its soil. His dedication is fueled by the belief that, somewhere, the answers are waiting to be found.
Treasure. Even as disappointment mounted, Rick's determination endured, showing the world what true perseverance looks like. Yet, as Season 12 approached, it became clear that Rick's enthusiasm had changed. Those who worked closely with him noticed a shift. His determination wavered, his excitement seemed forced, and the burden of expectation became visible. The treasure hunt, which had once given him purpose and joy, was now a source of stress and strain. The decision to step back from the show was not made lightly. It was a necessary choice to protect his mental health and regain perspective. Fans have flooded social media with questions, rumors, and theories. Some speculate about serious health issues, while others fear that Rick's absence signals the end of the hunt. In truth, the reasons are more nuanced. Rick's stepping back is the result of a combination of emotional fatigue, the burden of constant public scrutiny, and the natural exhaustion that comes from decades of relentless searching. Yet, even in his absence, the mission continues. Marty Lagina and the remaining team members remain committed, driven by the same belief in Oak Island's hidden secrets that has guided them from the beginning. Rick's story is not just one of treasure hunting. It is a story of human perseverance, passion, and the pursuit of dreams. From reading a single article as a young boy to dedicating his entire life to uncovering the unknown, Rick's journey embodies the power of curiosity and determination. His decision to step back does not erase the impact he has had on Oak Island or the legacy he leaves behind. He has inspired countless viewers, adventurers, and dreamers around the world to pursue their own quests, no matter how challenging or elusive the goal. Oak Island itself continues to hold mysteries that have yet to be uncovered. The money pit, hidden tunnels, and historical artifacts are all part of a complex puzzle that spans centuries. While Rick's presence is missed, the search does not stop. The island is still owned largely by the Lagina brothers, and the team continues to explore, research, and uncover clues with renewed focus. Each season brings new possibilities, new challenges, and new moments of discovery. And while the treasure remains elusive, the story of Oak Island is far from finished. Rick's life outside the hunt has always been private. He is never married and has no children, dedicating himself fully to the mission of Oak Island. His privacy has allowed him to concentrate on the search, undistracted by the outside world. Over the years, he has worked alongside a wide range of experts, from historians to
archaeologists to skilled divers, each bringing knowledge and skill to the complex exploration. The discoveries they make, while sometimes small or ambiguous, are crucial to understanding the history and legends of Oak Island. Even in the face of criticism, skepticism, and repeated setbacks, Rick has shown resilience. His journey reminds us that the pursuit of a dream is rarely straightforward or easy. It is filled with obstacles, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But it is also filled with excitement, discovery, and the thrill of exploration. For Rick, the hunt for Oak Island's treasure has never been just about wealth or fame. It has always been about understanding history, uncovering the truth, and following a passion that has shaped his entire life. The landscape of Oak Island itself reflects the history and struggle of the treasure hunt. The money pit remains a focal point, a symbol of mystery and challenge. The terrain, tunnels, and artifacts all tell stories of the generations of explorers who came before. Rick has always approached the search with a deep respect for the island's history and complexity. Every dig, every discovery, and every failure has been part of a larger narrative that spans centuries. Rick's relationship with Marty is central to the story. Their shared vision and commitment have been the foundation of every success and every setback. Together, they have faced the frustrations of failed digs, the excitement of small discoveries, and the relentless pressure of public attention. Their bond, strengthened over decades of shared experiences, is a testament to teamwork, trust, and the power of shared dreams. Despite the challenges, Rick remains hopeful. He knows that Oak Island has secrets still waiting to be revealed. He understands that the path to discovery is long and uncertain, but he also knows that perseverance, careful research, and a willingness to follow every clue are the keys to success. The search is far from over, and Rick's influence continues to guide the team even from a temporary distance. Rick's story is a reminder that true passion requires dedication, patience, and sometimes sacrifice. The emotional toll, financial strain, and physical demands of the Oak Island search are immense, but Rick has faced them all with courage and determination. His decision to step back is a natural part of a long and challenging journey. It does not diminish his legacy or the inspiration he provides to countless fans and fellow adventurers around the world. Oak Island remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious locations in the world. Its legends, artifacts, and hidden tunnels continue to capture the imagination of explorers, historians, and viewers. Rick's contributions to this story are invaluable. He has devoted decades to uncovering the secrets of the island, and his passion and persistence have left a lasting mark on both the show and the broader history of Oak Island exploration. While Rick's current absence raises questions, it also opens the door to reflection, recovery, and renewed energy. Time away may allow him to regain focus, recharge emotionally, and return to the search with fresh perspective. Whether he comes back to the show or decides to step away permanently, Rick's journey will always be remembered as one of courage, dedication, and the relentless pursuit of a lifelong dream. Over the years, each season of The Curse of Oak Island has brought both excitement and disappointment. Season after season, Rick and his team pushed forward, exploring new areas, testing new theories, and uncovering artifacts that hinted at the island's hidden past. Some of these discoveries were small but fascinating, old coins, tools, and fragments of wood that suggested human activity decades or even centuries ago. Other finds were more mysterious, like markings in stone, unusual tunnels, and evidence of complex underground structures. Each artifact was a clue, a piece of a puzzle that had been building for generations. For Rick, every small discovery fueled hope. Even when progress was slow or results were unclear, he remained convinced that the ultimate treasure was still out there waiting to be found. However, the physical challenges of Oak Island are immense. The island is not easy to navigate. Its landscape is rugged, its soil unpredictable, and its underground features difficult to access. Digging into layers of earth, dealing with water-filled shafts, and using heavy machinery to excavate safely requires constant effort and careful planning. Each season, the team faced new obstacles, whether it was equipment failures, bad weather, or unexpected structural collapses in the tunnels. Rick has always been at the center of these efforts, directing operations, making decisions, and inspiring the team to continue even when conditions were harsh. His determination and hands-on approach made him a central figure, not just for the show, but for the mission itself. Emotionally, Rick has carried a heavy load. Being the public face of Oak Island comes with pressure. Fans, skeptics, and media all expect results. For years, Rick has managed this pressure with quiet resolve, rarely speaking publicly about the toll the search has taken on him. But those closest to him have seen the stress build over time. Every failed attempt at a major discovery, every season that ended without a breakthrough, chipped away at his optimism. For a man whose life had been shaped by a single dream, the constant uncertainty and repeated disappointment began to feel crushing. Yet, even when the burden became overwhelming, Rick never gave up completely. He knew that giving up would mean abandoning not just a personal dream, but a legacy that had been decades in the making. The team dynamics on Oak Island have always been crucial. Marty Lagina, Rick's brother,
has been his closest partner throughout the journey. Marty's analytical mind combined with Rick's intuition and persistence has created a balance that drives the search forward. Together, they have faced countless setbacks, navigated complex technical challenges, and celebrated every small success. Beyond the Lagina brothers, the team includes historians, archaeologists, engineers, divers, and other experts who bring essential skills and knowledge. Each member contributes to the mission, whether it's interpreting an artifact, analyzing soil samples, or exploring submerged tunnels. Rick's leadership has always been about bringing these talents together, creating a unified effort focused on uncovering the island's secrets. Season 12 was supposed to mark another chapter in Oak Island's story, full of new clues and possibilities. But for Rick, the season began differently. Colleagues noticed a change in his demeanor. His usual energy and excitement were muted. Decisions that once came naturally felt heavier. Even as he continued to lead the team and oversee operations, it was clear that the emotional and mental strain was affecting him. The relentless cycle of hope followed by disappointment had left him questioning whether the search was sustainable. Rick's temporary step back from the show is a reflection of the immense pressure he has carried for years, not a reflection of his passion or dedication, which remain strong. The emotional toll has been compounded by financial challenges. Operating on Oak Island is expensive. Dig sites require heavy machinery, expert labor, and constant maintenance. Even with the success of the television series, costs continue to mount, especially when breakthroughs are slow to come. Rick has invested years of his life and millions of dollars into the project. Every season without a major discovery reinforces the difficulty of the task. For someone as deeply invested as Rick, the financial strain adds another layer of stress to an already demanding journey. Despite the setbacks, Rick's love for Oak Island is unwavering. He continues to explore, analyze, and interpret every clue, artifact, and historical record. His dedication has inspired countless fans around the world. People are drawn not just to the mystery of Oak Island, but to Rick's story of persistence and belief. His journey reminds viewers that the pursuit of dreams often requires sacrifice, resilience, and a willingness to face failure head-on. Even when the results are unclear, the effort itself becomes meaningful, and Rick's example encourages others to follow their passions, no matter how difficult the path may be. Rick's childhood fascination with Oak Island continues to shape his life. From the moment he read that Reader's Digest article, he imagined uncovering hidden treasures and unraveling mysteries. His early explorations in the woods near his home laid the groundwork for the skills, curiosity, and determination that would define his later life. Even after decades of searching, Rick's connection to Oak Island remains as strong as ever. For him, the island is more than land. It is a living story, a puzzle, and a challenge that engages every part of his mind and spirit. The history of Oak Island itself is filled with mystery. The money pit, the underground tunnels, and the various artifacts found over the years point to a complex and intriguing past. Legends of pirate treasure, lost manuscripts, and hidden riches have captivated explorers for generations. Rick's pursuit is part of a long tradition of treasure hunters who have attempted to unlock the secrets of the island. Each generation adds to the story, contributing discoveries, theories, and sometimes myths. Rick's work has not only continued this tradition, but has also brought it to a global audience, inspiring curiosity and fascination around the world. Critics have sometimes questioned the value of
the search, suggesting that the treasure may not exist, or that the effort outweighs the results. Rick has faced skepticism and scrutiny with a steady heart. He understands that the evidence is often incomplete and that the search is inherently uncertain. Yet he also trusts his intuition and experience. Decades of careful observation, research, and exploration have taught him to recognize subtle patterns, anomalies, and clues that others might overlook. For Rick, the absence of immediate results is not proof of failure, but a challenge to continue seeking
analyzing, and understanding the island's secrets. Rick's temporary absence from the show has sparked concern among fans, but it has also highlighted the human side of the treasure hunt. Behind the cameras, behind the excitement and drama, is a man who has devoted his life to a dream. The physical, emotional, and mental demands are real, and taking a step back to recover, reflect, and regain energy is a necessary part of any long-term endeavor. Rick's decision is a reminder that perseverance does not mean endless struggle without pause. It means knowing when to rest, recharge, and return stronger. The future of Oak Island remains full of possibilities. While Rick is taking time away, the team continues to explore, research, and uncover new clues. Each season adds layers to the story, revealing more about the island's history and the potential for hidden treasure. Fans eagerly await updates, theories, and discoveries, knowing that the pursuit is ongoing. The work Rick has done over the years provides a strong foundation for future exploration, and his influence continues to guide the search, even in his absence. Rick Lagina's story is ultimately one of passion, dedication, and resilience. From childhood curiosity to decades of relentless searching, he has shown that following a dream requires patience, courage, and an unwavering belief in possibilities. The journey has not been easy, and the challenges are far from over, but Rick's legacy is secure. He has inspired countless people to believe in the power of perseverance, to explore history, and to pursue their own passions with dedication. Season by season, Rick and his team have faced both breakthroughs and setbacks. Each dig site brought new hopes. In some cases, they uncovered artifacts that hinted at previous human activity on the island. Fragments of wood, old coins, pieces of metal, or mysterious markings in the stone. These small discoveries reminded them that there were individuals who, mysteriously, spent time in this small, difficult-to-reach part of Nova Scotia.
Oak Island had a long and complex history, but they also reinforced the island's elusiveness. Every clue sparked questions. Who left this? Why? And how did it connect to the money pit, where the legendary treasures rumored to be buried there? For Rick, these questions were more than intellectual puzzles. They were personal motivators. Each small discovery reminded him of why he began this journey in the first place, and why giving up was never truly an option. While artifacts offered glimpses of history, Oak Island's tunnels and underground structures posed some of the greatest challenges. Water-filled shafts, collapsing walls, and unstable earth made excavation dangerous. Every season, the team had to innovate, using pumps, cranes, and drilling equipment to reach areas that had been inaccessible for decades. Rick often took the lead in coordinating these complex operations, making decisions that balanced the potential for discovery with the need for safety. These moments showcased his leadership, determination, and practical thinking. He was not just a dreamer, he was a problem solver who guided the team through the unpredictable challenges of the island. Emotionally, Rick has carried the weight of this mission for years. The ups and downs of the search have taken a toll. Early seasons brought excitement and hope, as even minor discoveries felt like progress. Over time, however, repeated dead ends, failed theories, and incomplete evidence began to wear on him. Rick has always been the optimist of the team, the one who kept believing when others began to doubt. But the human side of the treasure hunt, the late nights, financial strain, public scrutiny, and physical exhaustion cannot be underestimated. Taking a step back from the show reflects Rick's awareness of these limits and his commitment to protecting his mental health. Despite his absence, Rick's influence remains evident. His leadership shaped the team culture, fostering collaboration, careful research, and resilience in the face of setbacks.